Hi, my loves. It has been a while since I've shared myself here on video. Ooh, been in the deep, deep winter. I've been having a lot of resistance to sharing my own art as I organize and listen to how it wants to be shared and allowing the spaciousness and the patience to not rush this beautiful process of the sharing, the expression of my soul. And I've had this idea for a while now. For those of you that know me, know that I am a super nerd, and probably my biggest addiction is books, information, knowledge. It's so rich for me to just dive into so many different subjects, ultimately always pertaining to the study of the universe. It nourishes me, it excites me, it inspires me, and I've been really learning to enjoy that and not make myself wrong for that. There's a way to relate to information that can be very grounded and not constantly seeking and grasping and chasing, which that has definitely been present for a large part of my journey. And as I come into greater integration within myself, I'm able to enjoy the things that I truly love from this place of what I call right relation. So I've had this idea for a while to share with you, to read to you from a variety of different books that I have on my bookshelf. And the book that I have today that I recently has just come into my field. I have known about it for some time, but I finally have it here physically with me, is The Mysticism of Sound and Music, the Sufi teaching of Hazrat Inayat Khan. And first heard about this book through one of my dear mentors and sisters, Priya Deepika. And it is time. It is time I'm diving deeper into my devotion to myself and to my passions, which includes music, singing, songwriting. And truly, as we will hear about in just a moment, all is music, the universe, the one song. So perhaps this collection of readings shall be called The Library of Alexandra. I'm going to read a few passages here. Music, as we know it in our everyday language, is only a miniature, that which our intelligence has grasped from that music or harmony of the whole universe that is working behind us. The music of the universe is the background of the little picture that we call music. Our sense of music, our attraction to music, shows that music is in the depth of our being. Music is behind the working of the whole universe. Music is not only life's greatest object, but music is life itself. This is from chapter 3, entitled The Music of the Spheres. I'm going to go back to chapter 1. Music. The word we use in our everyday language is nothing less than the picture of the beloved. It is because music is the picture of our beloved that we love music. But the question is, what is our beloved and where is our beloved? Our beloved is that which is our source and our goal. What we see of our beloved before our physical eyes is the beauty that is before us. That part of the beloved that is not manifest to our eyes is that inner form of beauty of which our beloved speaks to us. If only we would listen to the voice of all the beauty that attracts us in any form, we would find that in every aspect it tells us that behind all manifestation is the perfect spirit, the spirit of wisdom. What do we see as the principal expression of life in the beauty visible before us? It is movement, in line, in color, in the changes of the seasons, in the rising and falling of the waves, in the wind, in the storm, in all the beauty of nature, there is constant movement. It is this movement that is caused day and night, in the changing seasons. This movement has given us the comprehension of what we call time. Otherwise, there would be no time, for it is eternity. This teaches us that all we love and admire, observe and comprehend is the life hidden behind, and that life is our being. It is owing to our limitation that we cannot see the whole being of God, but all that we love in color, line, and form or personality, all that is beloved by us belongs to the real beauty who is the beloved of all. When we trace what attracts us in this beauty that we see in all forms, we shall find that it is the movement of beauty, the music. All forms of nature, the flowers so perfectly formed and colored, the planets and stars, the earth, all give the idea of harmony, of music. The whole of nature is breathing, not only living creatures, but all of nature. It is only our tendency to compare that which seems more living with that which to us seems not so living that makes us forget that all things and all beings are living one perfect life. And the sign of life that this living beauty gives is music. What makes the soul of the poet dance? Music. What makes the painter paint beautiful pictures, the musicians sing beautiful songs? It is the inspiration that beauty gives. The Sufi has called this beauty Saki, the divine giver, who gives the wine of life to all. What is the wine of the Sufi? All beauty. In form, line, and color, in imagination, in sentiment, in manners. In all this he sees the one beauty. All these different forms are part of the spirit of beauty that is the life behind always blessing. And to what we call music in everyday language, to me, architecture is music, gardening is music, farming is music, painting is music, poetry is music. In all the occupations of life where beauty has been the inspiration, where the divine wine has been poured out, there is music. But among all the different arts, the art of music has been especially considered divine because it is the exact miniature of the law working through the whole universe. For instance, if we study ourselves, we shall find that the beats and the pulse and of the heart, the inhaling and exhaling of the breath, are all the work of rhythm. Life depends upon the rhythmic working of the whole mechanism of the body. Breath manifests as voice, as word, as sound. This sound is continually audible, and the sound without and the sound within ourselves, that is music. This shows that there is music outside and music within ourselves. Music inspires not only the soul of the great musician, but every infant. The instant it comes into the world, begins to move its little arms and legs with the rhythm of music. Therefore, it is no exaggeration to say that music is the language of beauty, the language of the one whom every living soul has loved. And we can understand that if we realize and recognize the perfection of all this beauty as God, our beloved, then it is natural that this music, which we see in art and in the whole universe, should be called the divine art. I don't know about you, but this just is like, this really does it for me. So this is one of many. I'll certainly be sharing more of this. I'm finding that to take videos and share this with you is a beautiful way to emerge from my cocoon and to begin sharing my energy that I have deeply been cultivating. And at the same time, to be able to read all of these wonderful books that I want to say that I don't have the time to read, that I am learning how to weave in the appropriate moments at which they want to be read. And this has revealed itself as a beautiful way to enjoy for myself, to be selfish and selfless at the same time. So, yeah, sending you all so much love. Happy resurrection time. Blessed rebirth. It is truly upon us. It has been a journey. We'll be sharing more of the journey soon as I am integrating and distilling and alchemizing what is my voice, what is my authentic voice, what is my authentic expression. I'm sure it is not a static, fixed end result. It is something that will continually be unfolding, and there's this beautiful process that is unfolding. I will be 33 at the end of this month, and there's a beautiful rebirth that is happening for me personally, as I know there is collectively for all of us, where I am really integrating the masculine and feminine within me in profound ways that I am feeling the most at home and the most grounded and centered and present that I've ever felt, and creating a foundation for all that is to come and all that my soul wishes to share with you. So stay tuned and let me know what this reading brought up for you, and any thoughts, ideas, your own relationship to music, the music of your life, and how many of us have had a limitation, a limiting belief that says that we're not a musician, and you're not a singer. Perhaps you've always wanted to sing, you've always wanted to play music, an instrument, and there's been something that's been holding you back, that's been stopping you, perhaps something that a parent or someone said to you when you were young, or just societally and collectively we have these beliefs that there's artists and there's engineers and there's singers and there's musicians, and the way that we speak to these talents as though, oh wow, this person's definitely got it, insinuating that nobody else has it, and like you're born with it or you're not. At least these were some of the beliefs that I grew up with in the society that I've grown up in America. And it's been a profound journey over the last, especially since like 2017, that I began to have my vocal awakening. And truly music is come front and center of my life as my most joyous and joyful expression. And of course, it's all music. And specifically, there is a desire, a yearning to express through songwriting and singing and sharing my voice in those ways. And also sharing my voice through speaking, and just a vocal awakening in all the ways. And it's amazing because my voice and not feeling heard is perhaps one of my deepest wounds that I grew up with, right? How many can relate? And as it says in the Gene Keys, within the shadow lies the gift. And so that thing that is that point of such great angst is an indicator to also what your greatest liberation and freedom is as well. And for those of you that know me, you know that sharing my voice through sound healing, as I call shamanic vocal toning, channeling unique sounds and tones, and getting really weird with it, and that has been something that has become one of my unique medicine codes. And I feel like I'm just beginning, and I'm returning to a state of consciousness and awareness of being the humble student, and emptying myself again, and being the newborn doe, and being open to what I don't know, and inviting in playful curiosity for what is possible, and that I'm open to being surprised and delighted by who I really am and what I'm truly capable of. And through this process, may I be an inspiration, may I be a light, may I be a pillar of authentic embodiment, sovereign embodiment, truth, beauty, love. To remind you of who you really are, and to follow your dreams, and to follow those stirrings of your heart, especially when they don't make any sense, to follow that. And as we follow that, truly we will experience that all of life is conspiring in our favor. And it always has been, and it always will be. And it doesn't often feel that way or look that way, especially when it's challenging and there's pain and there's hardship and there's suffering. What I'm discovering, once again, I'm being reminded as I rise up at this turn of the wheel, that truly everything has been happening for me to support me in aligning with my truth and releasing what is no longer serving, and appreciating every step of the journey, savoring every moment, every relationship. And there's different seasons and different times, and may we honor all of them and all the beautiful beings that have come in and out of our lives, all the beautiful teachers. And there's this deeper core resonance, the vibration of my soul, like a homing beacon that is calling me into the depths of my being to remember who I really am, and creating that spaciousness for me to explore and to play in all of these other realms, for we are truly all of the things. And I am wishing to really be rooted from that center, so that when I do play in those other realms, it's a conscious choice and not over-identifying with the mask and with the costume and with the different roles that we get to try on and that serve at different moments, but that I am guided, rooted, anchored, sourced from my true source within, and from source. And from this place, I get to share and I get to play and I get to create. And from in this way, there's just this sense of fulfillment and wholeness and lightness as well, because I'm not chasing and seeking from desperation to have these external identifications be what is defining my value, not in the role or the different people that role might attract, or the different habits or lifestyles that may come with that role, that will always be fleeting and that are illusory. And it's just a beautiful journey of coming home, and knowing what is home in the first place, which for many of us, this may be the first time in your life that you are remembering what home feels like within you. And for the planet, this is very new, very emergent, what it feels to be in a harmonic, resonant state with your heart, with your spirit, with your soul. Sending you so much love. I see you. I honor you. I bless you. You're not alone. Wishing you the most amazing, magical day.